And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day, committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate plans, self-defense, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals remain the same. We're going to educate, we're going to entertain, we're going to enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
So how can you engage with us? There's multiple ways. You can reach out to our hotline at 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
And we want you to bookmark our website, consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you at our website. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. You can submit a form. There's an email form that comes directly through to my team. We're going to make sure we get back to you before our head hits the pillow. And we're Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's number one consumer advocate. We don't care if you're climbing a ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win. This is Intelligent Talk Radio, and I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Let's go around the horn now, make our introductions. Making her debut to the Consumer Quarterback Show, our interior design expert, Michael Morabito, Coco Design Goup. Welcome in.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. What are we going to talk about today?
So we're going to talk about some trends, how I started my company, and what we find most important to focus on with clients.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's a big part of the real estate space is, how the interior design is going and a lot of the trends that are happening, things are changing in that space.
Yeah.
You look back to some properties from, 5-10 years ago, it had the old Uba Tuba, everybody had the same granite. Now it seems to be a lot lighter and there's different styles that go along with that.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. So that's great. So you'll help us out with that. Also, Joe Harrison back in studio, Harrison Martial Arts. Welcome back in.
Thanks for having me again, Brandon. It's great to be back.
Yes, sir. We're going to talk some self-defense today. Is that
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, self-defense, a lot of education, a lot of, just information that can really help anybody, whether, just like you say with your show, whether you're, climbing the ladder or throwing it back in your truck. This is for everybody. The information that I offer for, it really is truly for everyone, whether you're a child, an adult, anything. It's very, very good information on self-protection, not just physically now, but we're talking mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and things like that. So it's very important to understand the different branches of self-defense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super important these days, especially, a lot of single moms carrying their groceries out to the car.
Correct.
I mean, there's so many opportunities that the bad guys are looking for. You're looking down at your smartphone. You're not paying attention. Wow, it's easy to grab the purse. It's easy to do, a lot of things. So we're going to talk to you about being aware and also, self-defense strategies and tactics to, help you protect yourself, your family, and your loved ones. So that's going to be a great topic for today as well. As you know, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. I want to give a shout out to Mary Maids, our official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Mary Maids. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Your home clean, satisfaction guaranteed. Mary Maids, relax, it's done. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties, and they are the recipients of the Women's Choice Award. America's most recommended cleaning services is Mary Maids. We'd love for you to reach out to them, let them know the real estate quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives, compliments of the Consumer QB show here. And Bill Gates, back in the news, donates $4 million to create mosquitoes that kill each other. So interesting story in our feel-good story of the week. And as you know, this time of year, the mosquitoes can start coming out and love bugs and all that good stuff. So let's see if we can use modern science to try to combat that a little bit. That's going to be an interesting story.
Very interesting.
Yeah. All right, so a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about here. Compliments Platinum MVP Realty. This is 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401 in Clearwater Beach. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath beachfront property. Beautiful property here. Bella Rosa condo is in Clearwater Beach, and it's actually on Sand Key, just over the bridge there. $1.175 million. Beautiful listing that I have, and we'd love for you to check it out, take a look, and let us know if you have any buyers for that property. Of course, we're looking for listings too. Any sellers out there that are thinking about selling their property. We're partnering up with one of our mortgage partners, a couple of our mortgage partners here, and we're talking about offering a no closing cost option as well. So tune in for more details on that. Reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Let's go ahead and jump right into this great content. We've got Michael in studio, Coco Design Group. And, when it comes to, interior design, I think there's a lot of confusion. People kind of look through, they might browse through Pinterest, or they might be looking online, getting different ideas. But you're the local area expert here in Tampa Bay. Let's start, with something. Where did the name come from, Coco Design Group?
Yeah. So, have you ever not been able to figure something out, or you're trying to make a decision on something and it's on your mind, you go to bed at night and wake up in the morning, you had a dream about it, and
all the time,
bam, figures it out?
Yeah.
So I actually do that a lot. It happens to me a lot with design. I'll be stuck on something, whether it be a color palette or, one piece of furniture that I just can't quite nail. And I go to bed and I wake up and somehow it's all figured out in my mind.
Yeah.
As weird as that
That's
might
awesome.
sound.
Yeah.
But the nickname Coco came from my nephew. He couldn't say Michael, I guess, when he started talking, so he came up with Coco, and all my nieces and nephews and family members now call me that. And I don't know why it didn't come to me sooner, but I was stuck on the name for a few weeks and had a dream, woke up. I was like, why didn't I think of that? Checked GoDaddy. It was available. I'm like, boom, done.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, it comes to you at night. It's interesting when you think about a lot of the scientific, my preacher at the church was talking this weekend about Thomas Edison and Ford, how they have the estate home in Fort Myers. And, a lot of his inventions, Thomas Edison, even the periodic table of elements came to folks as they were sleeping. They kind of went to bed with those ideas, and they woke up, and Edison used to put himself into a light sleep to be able to solve his different scientific equations he had going on. Think about trying to invent the light bulb back then. Pretty crazy. So your company name came to you in a dream or overnight, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how do you help homeowners? I know there's, sometimes when people think of interior design, they think, oh, well, that's probably too expensive for me. I can't afford that. I think you have different programs that would match different budgets.
Yes, I do. So we have 3 tiers. So we have full service interior design. I do staging, and then I created an a la carte service for customers. Had to bring the Italian in there somehow.
Nice.
With food.
Yeah.
So the a la carte is tailored to what the customer needs. So a lot of times if they're just struggling on one piece, if they can't figure out what dresser to do, or just need finishing touches like pillows,
right,
a lot of times they won't call a designer because they think it's too small of a job. So I created the a la carte so it can be tailored to just that, and there's no such thing as too small of a job for us. Right.
Yeah, that's cool. And a lot of times when it comes to real estate properties, days on the market really matters.
Yeah.
And I know home staging is one of the things that can really reduce the days on the market, cut down the marketing time, and increase the sales price on real estate properties.
Yeah. A lot of times it's just so hard for people to picture how they would lay out a space.
Right.
They walk in and they just see this huge room, and it's overwhelming, and then they start thinking in their head, and I think it can talk them out of it. They get nervous, they get cold feet and back out. So I think staging really helps them picture what their home could look like in the future. Yeah,
and a lot of times you'll see smaller rooms. Sometimes, some of the sellers will have these huge couches that just clutter up the room and make it, big armoires or whatever type of furniture they may have, and it just makes the room feel smaller.
Yeah.
So,
there's definitely a way to do it. I think smaller places, when you put in larger pieces, it can definitely increase the look or size of the room. So with that, I try to use mirrors or larger pieces of art to really create a space that looks larger than it is. A lot of the apartment living in Tampa
I like that. I'm glad you said that, mirrors, because, especially when you have a waterfront property. I was in a condo last week. We were actually talking off air about it. Beautiful property, and it's got that whole wall that's mirror. And then when you look there, you actually see the water view. So is that still in, or is that something that's kind of trended out, or is it just personal preference?
So back in the old days where the entire wall is the mirror, I would say is not the route to go.
Okay.
But there are oversized mirrors that, will almost take up a good portion of your wall that I think would be the right route to take.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And when you look at, real estate properties, it gets into, customers' preference. And I think right now, definitely lighter color kitchen cabinets, lighter color tile in some cases. What are you seeing, or what do you think's trending right now?
Definitely the lighter things. I think what used to be in were the dark cabinets were just so heavy, and that definitely tends to make places look smaller than they are.
Yeah.
So
like the
really,
dark cherry wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Light, airy, neutrals, and then just pops of color.
Right. And you use the pops of color with some of your throw pillows and the different accents, right?
Yes. And people, I know I am. I mean, I'm always shopping for people, so it's hard to want to keep the same things. So throw pillows, smaller items make it easy to switch out.
And that's what happened to me. We're building our new house, and the wife said, "Nope, the old black leather couch has got to go." And I was like, "Oh, come on, man! I love this couch. It's so comfortable." But it doesn't fit in the new house, Brandon. It doesn't fit in the new house. So, all right, stay with us here, Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We have our feel-good story of the week. Bill Gates donates $4 million to create mosquitoes that kill each other. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Once upon a time, there was a 3-bedroom ranch-style house.
I've got a pool and an updated kitchen.
For weeks, it waited.
Nobody wants me.
The real
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty, a top listing agency here in Tampa Bay with multiple locations throughout the Tampa Bay area, town and country, West Shore, South Tampa, as well as Ashley Street downtown as well. And we are looking for agents right now. If you know of an agent, a good agent that's looking to make a change, we'd love to talk to them. We've got a plethora of leads, lots of opportunities coming in every day. So we need more help with the real estate business here in Tampa. So we'd appreciate any referrals. ConsumerQB.com is where you can find us, ConsumerQB.com. Giving a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill, our official restaurant partner here of the Consumer Quarterback Show, is Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. And they have a special going on right now for all of our listeners. Anybody listening, viewing our TV show, maybe you're watching on WeBeam TV or checking us out right here, 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, or maybe on the weekends, 1025 The Bone. They're offering a special right now. All you have to do is say that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They're going to hook you up with a free appetizer. They've got some great apps over there at Brio Tuscan Grill. Roasted garlic, spinach, and artichoke dip. Spicy shrimp and eggplant is one of our favorites. Beef carpaccio. Calamari. They've got the prosciutto burrata pizza, tomato and mozzarella caprese. So many great things to enjoy at Brio Tuscan Grill. That's our official restaurant partner. Go over there and say hello to the team. Very friendly staff, courteous wait staff. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on that offer. Also, don't forget, on the weekends, they've got the brunch going on now. It's a really good brunch, Saturday and Sunday at Brio Tuscan Grill. Check them out for the brunch and let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we're back here in studio, and we are helping you win in any marketplace. And I've got a hot listing here in St. Petersburg I want to let you know about. This is another $1 million property that we have, 215 12th Avenue Northeast, St. Petersburg. 4 bedrooms, 5 bath, pre-construction, 6-panel home, almost completed now. This property is $1.4 million. Beautiful home here in northeast section of St. Petersburg. 215 12th Avenue Northeast. Beautiful property, 6-panel housing just north of downtown, and one of the most highly sought after areas in all of Tampa Bay is that old northeast section. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for more of our real estate listings. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. All right, we're back here in studio. We're talking with Michael Morabito, Coco Design Group. Coming up, we got Joe Harrison Martial Arts as well. So, interior design. And what do you think is the most important, in your business when you think about, you're looking kind of at your business? What's most important there?
Yeah, I think really focusing on the client is the most important thing. Discovering their true personal style, because they might not even know what it is. You have to really dig and figure it out. I always like to say, you're not designing a house to be magazine worthy. You're designing a home that's tailored to your client.
Yeah.
And also be magazine worthy, but you really need to focus on what your client's needs are and
I like that.
Focus on that.
So what do you do? Ask open-ended questions, just kind of getting to know them better?
Yeah, I try to get to know them as a person or a friend. It's not just a transaction to me. It's really developing relationships. We're all in this small community, and I'm going to see them around. So I really like to keep a relationship with my clients. So it's really just figuring out them and then things they like. And a lot of times they do pull from Pinterest or Instagram. They have a board, and you can see the route they want to take from that.
Right.
So you don't want to match it. They could do that. They could go pick out the exact same pieces, but just you can see the route they want to go with it.
Right. And, one of the other things I think about with interior design is that, a lot of times people, they don't understand, what's trending, what's new, what's going to last. There's some things that you can pick that are going to actually have a long shelf life, so to speak. Maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So it just depends on the person. Some people, if they want to spend the money and they want to what's in now, and then they're fine with changing it out, a year or so down the road, that's up to them. If it's clients that are trying to be more budget conscious, I try to remind them of that. Acrylic's really in right now. There's acrylic coffee tables, acrylic chairs, and people just want to go all out in acrylic. And I'm like, maybe just get one piece
or 2 pieces.
Yeah, and just so if it comes down to the point where it's out and they don't want it anymore, they don't have to get rid of their whole house.
Right. Yeah. Don't overdo it. And then also we were talking about stenciling. You can add value through some things that may not be as expensive.
So more budget conscious ways to create value. So right now, geometric patterns are really in.
Right.
And if you go and you want to retile something, tiles that have those patterns on them are $6 to $7 a tile. So there are stencil places that you can buy a stencil. It's the same size as the tile. You paint over your tile all in one color, and then you stencil each individual tile. And that stencil maybe costs $20. So you're getting it all done with just the cost of the stencil and the cost of the paint, and it lasts. And it's a budget-conscious way of doing it.
That's awesome. Yeah, ways to save money, ways to make that dollar stretch. That's a good idea. So we've got an article here. It's talking about 10 of the hottest interior trends for spring and summer of 2018. So we're going to break it down to the top 3 for time purposes. So what do you think are the top 3 here? What do people need to focus on?
Yeah, so one that I just said, the geometric patterns are huge, whether that be on the fullers for tile or backsplashes or wallpaper. That is definitely the biggest one I've been seeing. Embellishments, so tassels, you see chandeliers with tassels on them coming back, and fringe and tufted sofas. It's all like the Chesterfields and everything are coming back. And then I'd say plants are huge right now. So bringing the plants into the home, creating some greenery and an earthy feel. I'd say those are the top 3.
I like that. Yeah, the plant walls are huge right now, aren't they? You see a lot of the restaurants use those. I was at the Hotel Zamora last weekend, and they had a plant wall up on the rooftop on the 360 lounge. It's a really cool style now to be able to have plants indoors. Plus, it's helping with oxygen in the home, right?
That, and it adds a pop of color.
Yeah, that's cool. And then, when you're doing those plant walls, I always wonder, do you pick certain types of plants that are, a little bit more they're going to hold up better, than some of the stuff that might not last as long.
Yeah.
But
and you can use them for, if you do it in your kitchen, you can use them for basil and parsley and stuff they can be multifunctional.
Yeah, get all the herbs right there for the fresh cooking. That's awesome. So when it comes to interior design, we want you to reach out to our local area expert here in Tampa Bay, Michael Morabito. She's the owner of Coco Design Group and a friend here of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Interior design, home staging, and you've got a la carte services. Let's talk a little bit more about those a la carte services.
Yes. So like I said, I tailor them to the client. So if they have all their main items, the substantial pieces in their home, and they just want the finishing touches, whether that be dressing the beds, putting pillows on sofas, curtains. It can be that, or it can be they're just struggling on one piece. It could be they want to do a bathroom renovation, just some type of little things that wouldn't be the whole job. And a lot of times, like I said, I don't think they want to call a designer for those little things.
Right.
They either struggle for months on it trying to figure it out, or they try to get a friend's opinion. But it's so easy to just pick up the phone, and we could get it done in a day when it's little things like that.
And consultations are free?
Yes,
you'll sit down with somebody.
Are free.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, that's great. There's definitely a reason to call there. So reach out to our hotline, 670-7372, Tampa number 670-REQB, or visit the website, consumerqb.com. You can see all the contact information there. What is your website, by the way?
www.cocodesigngroup.com.
CocoDesignGroup.com. Awesome. All right. So more from Michael later in the show in our lightning round. And also, so now let's bring in Joe Harrison Martial Arts. So what are you seeing out there, Joe?
Well, actually, what I want to do is I want to start my segment off by asking a question over here to Michael. So I'm going to go this way. So, Michael, I got a question for you. When I say martial arts, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Anything at all?
I would say fighting or self-defense.
Fighting or self-defense. Okay, so most people would say pretty much that. What if I told you that your knowledge, or what if I told you that everyone, including yourself, is supposed to know it, but that you've been cheated? Like tying your shoes and putting on your shirt. You know how to do those things. Yeah. It's just natural to you. What if I told you that you're supposed to know it, but you haven't been, you've basically been cheated out of it because of the way that society, is run and operated in today's world. That self-defense is more than just those two things. In fact, there's eight branches of martial arts and 6 branches of self-defense. So let me just explain those two things.
You know, my answer would have been,
what's that?
Karate.
Karate.
Yeah, because it's so publicized. And it's all the kids,
karate.
You know, the after-school care.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are some of the other branches that I'm going to talk about. So the 6 branches of self-defense are the physical, the mental, the emotional, the territorial, the behavioral, and the monetary. So self-defense is only a fraction. The physical part of it is only a fraction of what the total pie is. So when people think of self-defense, they immediately think physical, and they don't consider the other 5 branches because they don't know. Nobody's telling them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not being informed that there's other branches other than the physical. Don't you want to protect your money?
Right.
Don't you want to protect your physical property, your house, your car? Don't you want to protect your children? So the self-defense isn't just a personal, physical thing. It's also, your intellectual property. Like with you, Brandon, you have a ton of intellectual property that you want to protect, reputation.
Right.
Things like that. So self-defense extends far beyond just the physical. The 8 branches of martial arts are traditional, medicinal, which would be healing, the combative sport, which would be like the UFC and things like that, combative sport, where there's high impact and high trauma.
Mm-hmm.
There's competitive sport, military combat, LEO self-defense, civilian self-defense, and artistic, and we'll go into those later.
Yeah, we'll jump into each one a little bit, explain a little bit more. We'll talk about the current business model of Harrison Martial Arts.
Absolutely, right.
Kind of a mobile scene now.
Oh, yeah.
So some pretty cool stuff going on. That's awesome.
Yep.
And we have our feel-good story of the week, Bill Gates raising $4 million to create mosquitoes that kill each other. And more from our expert
we need
contributors.
mosquitoes, don't we?
Yeah, hey, let's see what the article says. Let's see, hopefully they're... we need more bats is what John was saying. We eat the mosquitoes. But all right, stay with us right here at Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll see you on the other side of this short break.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Trisha up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, facebook.com, Consumer Quarterback Show, Brandon Rhymes PA as well. I've got a public profile out there, Twitter and Instagram at Brandon Rhymes 1. We appreciate all the follows, and we will would love to engage with you on social media as well. So we're back here in studio. We've got our expert contributors in studio today. Michael Morabito, interior design specialist, Coco Design Goup, Joe Harrison Martial Arts. And I want to give a shout out to Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. Our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Hotel Zamora, and it's right on St. Pete Beach. They've got a restaurant on site. The Castile restaurant is excellent. They've got the rooftop 360 lounge, which is awesome. They got a lot of parties going on up there. You can host events with the Zamora. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get 20% off of your room stay just by mentioning the Consumer Quarterback Show. 20% off, and you're going to get a bottle of wine and a charcuterie platter in your room at our official hotel partner, St. Pete Beach, the Hotel Zamora. All right, we're back here in studio having some fun. We got our feel-good story. We got our lightning round coming up, and I want to let you know about a hot listing in South Tampa. This is 3911 West Euclid Avenue in South Tampa. It's in the Tampa Plant High School District, one of the most sought-after areas of Tampa Bay for schooling, that is. And it's a gorgeous 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-story home, 10-foot ceilings throughout. Over 4,000 square feet, $837,000 just reduced. And the owner also put a nice turnaround in there. She added extra pavers so that's a nice, easy turnaround to go out on the Euclid Avenue. So it's a beautiful property. Check out all of our real estate listings at platinummvprealty.com. And a lot of the photography, all of the photography is done by Fabre Frameworks, our official real estate photographer of the Consumer Quarterback Show and Platinum MVP Realty. Fabre Frameworks. They do a great job on our properties. All right, so let's go back to Joe Harrison. So Harrison Martial Arts, you were based over in Clearwater. Now
Correct.
You kind of adopted a new model. Pretty cool idea.
Yeah, so I wanted to be able to reach way more people, and I realized that the brick and mortar model was not going to be able to suffice. That was not going to be able to really fulfill my big dream, you know? The idea of just reaching way more people, helping educate them and train them and things like that. So let me finish over here with Michael real quick. So Michael, the reason why I say that I think most people are cheated is because when we went to school from 1st grade to 12th grade, how many subjects do we have to learn? We had to learn math, reading, writing, science, English, social studies, and physical education. So what if at the end of high school you graduate and you found out that your parents said, we're just going to have her do English class. That's it. No, not the other 6 or 7 subjects.
Yeah.
Just that one. And then you get out of high school and you realize that all your friends know the other 5 or 6 subjects and you only know one.
Yeah.
How cheated would you feel?
Definitely.
You would feel that'd be really upsetting because, you know, they kept you out of the other 5 or 6 for their whatever reason. So what I'm saying is part of physical education, even in school, there's supposed to be a fraction of that's part of martial arts.
Right.
Now, I don't mean fighting each other. What I mean is the intelligence.
Right.
Is the intelligence of strategy, tactics, you know, intelligent thinking and things like that. So physical education, martial arts is supposed to be part of that, but it's not in schools. And now I can go into that later. So what I'm going to talk about is the traveling model that we've got. So we have a 6, 8, and 12-week program that we're going to be traveling and teaching different schools, organizations, and things like that on the aspects of martial arts and self-defense and how it can improve your business, your personal life, your relationships, all of it. It's not just about, you know, what you see out there every day in the street plazas, which is your after-school karate care, you know, taekwondo and things like that, or MMA or whatever. It's a much broader thing than that, and that's what my goal is to go out there and spread that knowledge and intelligence with this new model.
You're getting into not only, you know, hand-to-hand combat.
Correct.
You're getting into weapon removal. You know, the knife is in the hand. Boom, rip the knife out. You're getting into how to deal with an active shooter.
Yes.
There's a lot of different situations where Harrison Martial Arts can help people.
Yeah, especially with the active shooter thing, and unfortunately that is a real thing today, and we have to come at it with realistic solutions. It's a real problem that needs realistic solutions, not political solutions, but realistic solutions from people that specialize in that kind of a problem, which is what I do. So that's why I'm really excited to be able to travel, because I can't do that on a brick and mortar. I have to go to these people and show them and give them that option. Now, if they don't take the option after that, that's on them. But at least I offered it at first, you know. And if they decide not to do it later, then no problem. But at least they have the opportunity. You know, but if I'm not they're traveling and offering the opportunity, they may not know that it even exists.
So, so when you're traveling now, the new model, who are you looking for? What, like, we've got a lot of listeners, a lot of viewers of our TV show.
Okay,
who would be a good referral for you? Like,
school teachers, faculty, superintendents. If, like I said, and this, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff, because now you're going and you're climbing higher on the political ladder. A lot of these schools don't want to participate in that because that you'd have to train the entire staff, and now we're talking about budget issues and all this other stuff. Parents get involved and all that. So anybody that's interested in improving their organization, their students, their staff, or anything like that, when it comes to helping them feel, bartenders, things like that. People, it's all about feeling safe. That's what I'm getting at here. Is that if the second that you don't feel safe anymore, quality of life is gone.
Yeah,
the quality of life is only an existing thing because you feel safe. As soon as you don't feel safe anymore, no matter how much money you make, quality of life is out the door.
We're talking with Joe Harrison here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Harrison Martial Arts. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And the confidence factor is something you mentioned. I remember, I was always an undersized quarterback, smaller. And then when I took wrestling my freshman year, I actually did it in middle school. But, once I acquired those skills of wrestling, I knew that I could take somebody down. I could control them on the mat.
Yes.
So I looked at somebody that's 6 foot tall.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I said, I don't care how big you are. I knew it gave me that element of confidence and almost a cockiness at that age, because I was, early teenager.
No, absolutely. If most people knew what you just said, if they really knew and understood that it doesn't matter, the size really doesn't matter.
Right.
Now, I'll say in some cases it does, but not all.
Right.
The majority of cases, size does not matter, because the prerequisite to self-defense is the intelligence, is knowing before.
Well, they were just asking. We went on Mike Calta's show last week, and even Ian Beckles interviewed Ken on his podcast. And Ken, Ken's a big guy. I guess he's 220, 6 foot 220. But Brock Lesnar's a bigger guy.
Yeah, a whole lot of dude.
What is Brock, like 280?
He's up there.
I mean, he's huge, right?
Yep.
So when you get to that point, it says, they were joking, would you fight him? He said, I'd love to fight him. That would be a great fight for me, because he knew that he could take his legs.
Yes, exactly.
He could control the fight through that type of a ground and pound.
Yeah, and that's part of what I'm going to be helping people do, is identify what they can do and what they can't do.
Right.
And that's self-defense intelligence. There's going to be people that you can take, and there's people that you can't take.
Right.
And just knowing that is huge.
Right.
So, and the people that you can't take or can't defeat, those are the ones you employ and put them on your team.
Yeah.
So when stuff hits the fan, you send them first. But,
but
you
grab a stick.
Exactly. So that's basically what we're doing. And then I'm also going to be talking about all the different branches of martial arts and self-defense in my upcoming book called Truth, Lies, and the Amazing Benefits of Martial Arts. And that's going to be a really exciting thing, because then once again I can reach even more people about all the things that I feel that most people should know in today's age about personal protection tactics and self-defense and martial arts and the intelligence of it and everything. Because you got to remember, some of the biggest business moguls on the planet have read what's called The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs has read it.
I read it.
Bill Gates you've read it.
Yeah.
Anybody who's in big business has read The Art of War, because that's about human behavior and human nature and how to protect yourself against that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand they were supposed to know it.
Yeah.
Just like, math, reading, writing, science, how to tie your shoes. You're supposed to know martial arts.
Yeah.
Maybe for someone like yourself, it's more intellectual property martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
For her, it'd be something different. For everybody else in this room, but they would know some form or branch of it in order to protect themselves. It doesn't have to be the physical, and that's what I want people to understand.
So also something to consider and think about is, maybe if you don't have the physical attributes, or you're outclassed when it comes to that. If you're surrounded by multiple people, then that's when it comes to maybe having a firearm, maybe even something as simple as having pepper spray on your persons. But then you got to know how to use it and apply it.
Yes, exactly. And now we're talking about strategy and tactics.
Right.
Some of the most dangerous people in the world don't have to touch you to hurt you. Their strategy and tactics are so good, they don't even have to be in the same room to hurt you.
You mean talking about almost like identity theft?
Exactly.
And
yes. And now we're talking about monetary self-defense, which is one of the branches, right?
Right.
So
when it comes to, I think here's a scenario that plays out all the time. Single mom walking out of the mall, walking out of a grocery store, a toddler toddler in her hands, another 2 or 3 year old around her. That's a vulnerable target.
Extremely.
Right. So what advice would you say to that mother? How would they prepare themselves?
Okay, have a plan before you leave the house. I mean, if you feel like you're in any percentage of danger, or you feel unsafe in any way, shape, or form, have a plan before you leave the house. Mm-hmm. Make sure your automobile is set up a certain way. Make sure that your kids are aware of where you are at all times, and you're aware of where they are at all times. Always keep them in that field of view. Never let your children out of your field of view. Number one. Number two, you should always be at your optimum level of health. If you're going to be a parent. Why? Because you're protecting your children.
Right.
So parents that let their health go, you're only hurting your children, because if something does happen, you're not going to be in the physical condition to protect your children, let alone yourself. Yeah. So that would be, it's all preparation. It's all the intelligent preparation of danger.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so more self-defense talk when we come back. We're going to jump into our lightning round as well. We're going to have top tips from our expert contributors, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, and we're also going to talk about our feel-good story here. Bill Gates donating $4 million. Find out what for on the other side of this break. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. Giving a shout out to Chef Will Wagner. He's a healthy meal delivery service here in Tampa Bay. Chef Will and his team conveniently deliver organic meals to your home or office. And we're talking about paleo, ketogenic, vegan, gluten-free, and also kids menus available as well. Chef Will Wagner, he's my chef, and he can be your family chef too. Reach out to him on Instagram or his website, chefwillorganicmeals.com. All right, back here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. A couple of hot listings in South Tampa I want to let you know about. 103 South Havana Avenue, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, beautiful property. This is a great potential income producing asset for you. $620,000 in South Tampa, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, over 2,500 square foot heated, and it's a great opportunity. The owner is currently making a lot of money right now utilizing it through the Airbnb platform. Also got a Powerhouse, let's see, Powerline Road. Got a beautiful property here, 20151 Powerline Road in Dade City. This is an actual airport. It's a fly-in opportunity, 3-bedroom, 2-bath property as well. You got 15 acres. That's an airport, and they're not giving out many new opportunities to have your own airport. So from the owner's perspective, it's a great opportunity, $250,000 in Dade City. Let me know if you have any pilot friends out there that would love to hear about that opportunity. And we have in studio today Michael Morabito, Coco Design Group, interior design specialist, Joe Harrison, Harrison Martial Arts, and we're going to be talking about that. Let's jump into our feel-good story of the week. Every week we're going to inject you with some positivity here, positive segment, or Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we got Bill Gates donates $4 million to create mosquitoes that kill each other. So Bill Gates is donating money to create genetically modified mosquitoes that use sex to destroy their own offspring in a bid to wipe out malaria. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is partnering with mosquito engineering company Ocitec to develop male mosquitoes designed to kill off future generations of malaria-transmitting bugs. Only female mosquitoes bite, so Gates' army of genetically engineered male mosquitoes would be safe to humans. What's important is that these male mosquitoes contain self-limiting gene that gets passed on to female mates. When the females give birth, their offspring will die before adulthood, thanks to the gene. Mosquitoes only start biting people once they're adults, so given enough time, the danger of blood-sucking female mosquitoes could be eradicated. So the killer mosquitoes are expected to be ready for trials by the end of 2020.
Wow.
Pretty scary.
You know, all I can think is that first Jurassic Park movie when Jeff Goldblum was like, life will find a way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, and some of the other movies too, with the virus that's gone bad and it's mutated, and we didn't plan for this.
I mean, I think it's a great concept, but I hope it goes right.
Yeah, exactly. I talked about midges before. Here in Tampa Bay, they have midges, and especially out like Lake Tarpon and some of those lakes in Odessa. Yep. So interesting. We'll see.
That's very interesting. Hope it works out, man, because that's a great solution for that terrible disease. So
could be pretty cool. We'll see. See what happens there. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round here. We got our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning round.
All right, so top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Michael Morabito, Coco Design Group.
Hi, I'm Michael, the owner and designer of Coco Design Group. We specialize in residential and commercial properties. We structured our business in 3 tiers. So we do interior design, full service, staging, and a la carte services. I think when people hear interior design, they automatically think that it's going to break their bank. And that's not the approach that I wanted them to have when I started my business. So I really created it with the mission statement in mind that we could beautify any space on any budget. Yeah, with the a la carte services, it's nice because people can be stuck on one item or just need a little finishing touch. And we come in and we can get it done in one day. So it really allows them to get a good design on a budget. With that said, I would like to make a special promotion for your show or offer.
Yeah,
I'd like to offer to anyone that calls and mentions the Consumer Quarterback Show a free room design. So that would include a layout for whether it be a bedroom, a living room, or dining room. And it would be included with furniture selection.
Nice.
So room design and furniture selection for one room.
Awesome. All right. So free room design, furniture selection, just to our listeners and viewers of our TV show. Thanks for doing that. That's great. And Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com, of course, you can reach out there, 670-7372, our consumer advocate hotline. And we'd love to, put you in touch with Michael and her team and making sure that they design a beautiful room for you and the household as well. Interior design specialist here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, 813-670-7372. Shoot a call or a text message over to take her up on that offer. Awesome. All right, Joe Harrison, Harrison Martial Arts.
That's it. So we're going to be traveling for the next probably year or probably closer to 2 years. We're going to be traveling the country, the U.S., and across the world, and we're going to be introducing this national and international training program for everybody. There's going to be more details about it on my website, which is harrisonmartialarts.com. I'm still rebuilding the website, so just keep going back, keep checking it. There's some information on there now, but just keep going back and checking it. Go to all my social media, Facebook, YouTube, all that. And just keep checking back on everything. It's all connected through my website. If you look at the top right of my website, you'll see all the icons that you can connect with. And nuggets of advice and suggestions would be just don't wait until the lion's teeth are already on your throat before you start considering martial arts intelligence and self-defense. Don't wait until it gets that close to you or your family. It's nothing more or less than just the intelligent preparation of protecting yourself, your territory, your children, all that. So just keep that in mind, and the world will start to get much more safer, because the people that are good will be more trained and prepared against the bad people who wouldn't hesitate to do us wrong.
Yeah, that's right. We need more trained professionals out there, trained pedestrians or people, just people in general that are able to, act when it's time necessary to act and to be that force for good in the community that we talk about.
Exactly.
So I got a tip for you. So we talk about Google a lot. We know that Google, Apple, Amazon, there's a few key players that control basically, the internet has changed the space, and then that first layer above the internet in a lot of cases ends up being, one of those three, or, so, and to a lower, lesser extent, Google or Yahoo and some of these other sites. But Google is projecting that 85% of all internet traffic content is going to be video, 85% by the year 2020.
Wow.
So just a short term away. So if you're not doing video in your business, you're going to be left behind. If you're not engaging through social media, if you're not out in front, if you're not an early adapter, you're going to be left behind in your business. And one of the ways that we've done that here with the Consumer Quarterback Show is we have Tampa Bay Multimedia here helping us with video content. We're creating that content, and then we're repurposing that content throughout Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the major sites. So that's one of the ways that we can help you as a business owner. If you're out there thinking about how can I get involved, how can I be an early adapter, that's a great way to do it. All right, so we got a couple minutes left. Let's do another lightning round here. So any other nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, or summarizations?
Yeah, any clients that just want an idea, or I meet people all the time in coffee shops. I work at a Buddy Brew a lot, and I sit at those community tables, and people start talking. And one guy the other day was asking me, he was like, "Oh, you're an interior designer. I've been struggling on some bar stools." And I was like, "Do you have a picture of your house?" And I'm constantly shopping, so I just sent him right over. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "These would look great." He's like, "Oh, no way. I've been shopping for months." Like, It's just like that. So that was kind of cool. And it just kind of brings you back to the old days. It's kind of nice, like, where everyone's like a sense of community and people talk, and it's not so everyone just stays in their own little bubble now. So it's nice to communicate and get to know people that you wouldn't normally talk to.
Yeah, that's interesting, because we're in a connected world, but it does seem a little bit, clicky or stuffy in certain, elements,
Or people's faces are always in their phones.
That's right.
Looking down,
that's a good point. Yep. Absolutely.
Right.
So, Joe Harrison, parting words.
Yeah, parting words. I'm happy to announce that I already had my first client for the national training program. I just was teaching her the other day. She was in her third lesson, and she'd never done martial arts before, and I explained all these things to her, and she was completely blown away. She was like, "I just didn't know that it was all of that." I thought it was whatever I see on TV, and I started showing her some things that was more close quarters, hand tactics, and she says, "Why doesn't everyone know this?" I said, "Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm going to solve that problem." So it's a really exciting thing to be a part of, and it was exciting to see the look on her face when she realized that she could do more than what she thought she could do to keep the bad guys away, and that it was that easy.
Yeah.
So really happy to announce that.
Yeah, there's some interesting gadgets too now.
They're all over the
thing you wear
place.
in your keychain. There's some really interesting things. My mom, all my loved ones, especially females, hey, get the pepper spray, carry it in your purse, get your concealed permit before the government changes it and takes it away. That would definitely be something you would want to do. Carry it in your purse. Have it handy. I think that's the key, is having access to it. Not being lackadaisical and just assuming that all people are good.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
So be prepared out there. I want to thank our expert contributors today: Michael Morabito, Coco Design Group, CocoDesignGroup.com, interior design specialist Joe Harrison, HarrisonMartialArts.com, and all of our expert contributors, the folks behind the scenes putting the show together. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food. carry it with you and hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community, and we'll see you right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you. Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.